everybody. Welcome in again to the Coach Jake Tyre Show right here on Bedford County Sports Live. I'm Bill Anderson. Alongside me, the head football coach of the Cascade Champions, Jake Tyre. Today's show is brought to you by Levered Power Washing. They can wash anything you need. Soft roof, fences, siding, driveways, it doesn't matter. They're good at what they do. Give them a call. 931-619-0654. Levered Power Washing. Coach, you go up to East Robertson. Kind of sounded like you were a little outgunned.
Well, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they have a
A lot of athletes.
very good ball team up there. They've got a group of cousins, brothers, the
McGroves.
Groves, and I think there's about 6 or 7 of them. And there's some really good football players. 3 brothers. One's, I think, the senior's committed to Kentucky. Junior's he's a running back. He's pretty good. And then they got a sophomore brother that's I think he's the best one of all of them. He's a defensive end, tight end kid. He's a big kid. But yeah, that's some good players, man. I mean,
Did the injuries affect you much in this game?
The what?
Your injury.
Just
Sawyer, your quarterback.
Sawyer played.
But was he? What was 100%? Where was he?
He's probably, I don't know, 80, 85, I'd say. Quarterback was fine. First half we lost a lineman, one of my linemen, and second half we lost another lineman. So, second half I was playing with a different offensive line I played all year. So, like I said, it was little injuries here and there. They were just they were a good ball team. Like I said, they were big. Running back was really good. We just didn't play very well. They beat us in every phase of the game on Friday night. So, I mean, it was just one of those games. Yeah, I mean, you get the playoffs, everybody's good.
That's right.
Like I said, there's a reason they were 9-1. And
Yep.
Like I said, they a really good ball team. They got some good looking kids, all the way through from, even the younger kids that were playing. They had a freshman quarterback playing. It looked like a senior.
Did anybody on your ball club stand out in their effort?
I mean, they all played hard. I mean, that wasn't the issue. Like I say, Sawyer had a good game running the ball. Defensively, I think Isaac Chapa had 8 or 9 tackles. They played a pretty good game. It's just we were outgunned on Friday, and that's not an excuse.
No, it's not.
They're a good ball team. Like I said, sometimes you can't combat speed.
I'll predict something in a minute because I predict East Robertson's fixing to go to Marion County and beat them.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good football game.
They're gonna beat them.
East Robertson can match them. I think Marion County's a little more disciplined than them.
Right.
Plus, Marion County's get at least a touchdown advantage just playing at home.
Sure, absolutely.
That's probably one of the toughest places we've ever played. They do a good job down there with their crowd and the community, and it's pure. It's small town football, and they live, breathe, and eat Marion County football down there. So it'll be a different. I think it'll be the first time they've ever been down there. So it'll be a different, kind of a different little atmosphere for them.
Coach, seems like we just started this. It just seems like it was our first show, and tonight's our last show. We're going to go over some scores.
Okay.
Then we're going to look to the playoffs, and then we're going to take a break here from our advertiser, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about next year, what's coming back, what we got, what we've lost, and a little bit about your seniors. But let's go through the scores. Smith County 40, Forest 14. Smith County's pretty good.
They're good. Yep. They play really good defense.
Fayetteville beats Monterey 39-14. Does that shock you?
Not really. I mean, Fayetteville, if they're on offensively, I mean, they're hard to stop. Like I say, Monterey's a decent ball team. They're probably a year or 2 away. They've got a bunch of young kids. So
here's the one that shocked me: Marion County at home, 21, Westmoreland 7.
They don't shock me at all. Westmoreland, like I said last week, I mean,
good.
They're just not. They're very well coached, and they're very good at what they do.
Always
they don't make a whole lot of mistakes, and like I said, they limit it, and they run the old school wing tee and play a 5-2 defense. I mean, they're a throwback.
When you say old school, that's under center, right?
Oh yeah.
Not that shotgun wing tee.
No.
Old school.
That's up there where I think it started at. So
yeah, I do too.
But they run the 5-2, and they just do a good job. They've run the same scheme for as long as I can remember. But they do a good job. And like I said, it was going to be they played East Robertson. East Robertson had a trick play on the last play of the game to beat them. So,
all right, playoffs coming up. Fayetteville's at Smith County. Does Fayetteville have a chance in this ballgame?
Yeah, absolutely. Fayetteville's got the dogs to do it. I mean, they got some players. Smith County is a very. I mean, they dropped down from 3A to 2A this year. they're very big and they're physical. Their defense is probably the best in the state. So they will have to limit mistakes. They can't make any mistakes. Smith County will capitalize on it. Smith County don't mind playing a 7-3 game. I mean, that their defense is that good.
Right.
I don't think they've allowed more than 60 or 70 points on the season this year. So
East Robertson, Marion County. Do you share my view that East Robertson pulls off the upset?
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think East Robertson's got the players to definitely beat them.
Wouldn't you say East Robertson has a speed advantage?
I don't know if they have the speed advantage.
Really?
Marion County's fast.
Okay.
I think East Robertson's bigger than them. I think their players are bigger than their players. Like even their speedsters, their Groves boys are some big kids. That running back they've got, if he's not the best running back in the state, he will be next year. He is dynamic, man. He's probably 6'1", 210, 215. He could go, man. So yeah, I think it'll be a tight ball game. I think the home field advantage is going to play a big thing in that
field, that atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's different. It's a long drive. You're going from the north end of the state to the south end of the state. So,
but it's different because there is nowhere for the visitors to sit, is there?
Oh yeah.
Is there plenty room there?
Yeah, they got longest bleachers down there. There is. I don't think East Robertson travels will have as many. There wasn't a whole lot. To me, Friday night, for them to be 9-1, I don't think the crowd was as big as it should have been. It's a toss-up, but I think Marion County's been here and done that.
So that's not the old stadium Marion County used to have, which was down that hole, which had limited seating as far as the visitor side. The old
no, it's
okay. They've gotten a better facility.
It's right there by the school.
Okay, they used to have a facility down the road a little bit. It was kind of in a
maybe
little
I don't.
Now that was years ago, back when I did radio. And you had to sit down there, and the home field was huge. Yeah, and they gave you like a couple of bleachers over here for the visitors.
No, they've got bleachers from 10 to 10.
So okay,
both sides. So, but yeah, but you got to walk straight through. You got to get to the field. You got to walk through their crowd. You got to walk through their fans. You got to walk on the track, through the concession stand, through it all. So it's they got fans that wait on you outside the locker room. I mean, it's crazy down there. But it's they do a good job, man. I think Marion County, just because they've been there and done it so many times.
Takes Marion County. I'm taking East Robertson the upset.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, I'm going to hear from Leverett Power Washing, 931-619-0654. Soft roofing, fencing, siding, driveways, whatever you need washed. Give them a call. That's your premier pressure washing company. Leverett Power Washing, 931-619-0654. Let's start with two things. One, we'll finish things up. Our last show of the year. Tell me about the seniors you're losing and what it's going to mean to you.
I mean, we're losing some really good players. I mean, they're 4 years in a row went to the playoffs. Most of them have played or started for three years. Some of them started all 4 years. So, like I said, we're losing, I think 8. Maybe it was 8 on offense and 8 on defense. So, we've got a lot of holes we've got to plug in. Offensive line, I'm losing 3 of the 5 starters.
Losing your quarterback, losing your running back,
losing running back,
a special running back. Yeah. I hope he can play somewhere else.
I do too.
Down the road.
I think he'll have a chance. I mean, he'll have a chance with his, not just his football ability, but with his grades and his ACT score. I mean, the kid's like a 34 ACT, so he can go wherever he wants to go.
But I want him to play football somewhere if he can.
He wants to play. I mean, I think he'll get a chance. Like I said, we're losing receivers, top receivers. So I think the only returner starters I have, losing the tight ends, the only returner starters on offense I've got is a wing back and 2 offensive linemen, possibly 3. I got a third one that's played a lot of snaps. So I got to fill some holes in with on there. And then defense, we're returning a safety, 2 safeties, defensive lineman, and a linebacker, and everybody else is graduating. So we're
let's talk about what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You got freshmen, sophomores.
Yeah.
What's coming up there? What's coming up from the 8th grade?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got some talent coming up.
Yeah, we do. We've got like I say, our junior class is not very big, but they all play, and they all started this year at some point in the year. Like I said, 2 of my offensive linemen are juniors. They'll come back. We've got a wide receiver that played some that'll come back. He's a junior. We've got 3 or 4 or 5 guys that played a lot on defense. We rotated so many people on defense that that a lot of
Especially
people got
as the
some
year went
snaps.
on, you
Yeah,
did
we
it.
did. We're graduating a lot of our defensive line, and but we've got some kids that can go in there and play. Like I said, we've got coming down to the freshman or sophomore class. That's a big class. We've got a lot of kids that are going to have to step up, have a good year in the weight room, put some weight on.
Right.
Got some talent in that class. They just got to get stronger. They got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. I mean, that's the goal in the off season. They can step in there and play some next year. Freshman class is really good.
And you're pretty much playing the same schedules this year, except home and away is opposite, right? Yeah. So it's set.
Yep.
Same schedule. If you played them at home, you're playing them on the road, correct?
Absolutely. Freshman class is pretty special. We had 2 or 3.
So you got to play Moore County again, Coach?
We'll play Moore County every year. It will always play.
That's
Moore
a good
County.
gate.
It is a good gate. I mean, it's a long time rival, man. We'll always.
And the white kid graduates.
Yeah.
That might help
the white kid graduates. But like I say, freshman class. Looking at the kid that played wingback this year for us, and he was our backup quarterback, and he'll probably step in there that quarterback role. He's a big kid. I mean,
he played well. He was
he did play. He played D line and played wingback. So Brady Lewis is his name. He'll come in and play some next year.
Good.
We had a couple more freshmen that played a lot. We had some freshmen that were playing this year, and we'll have some that'll step up. They'll have a good year in the weight room. A bunch of them played 3 sports, so getting them in the weight room will be tough. Some of them will, but we'll get it done. And then 8th grade class, like I said, we got a quarterback moving up in 8th grade that's pretty decent. We've got some linemen, and we've got a few skill players. So, like I said, the makeup of our team will be a whole lot different than it was this year. It'll be more young. It'll be on the young end because we just don't have very many seniors.
Right.
But I don't mind having that. And like I said, we'll hopefully we'll be able to get them in the weight room, and like I said, we'll take a couple weeks off. Get exit meetings done. I meet with every player after the season. Tell them what they've done well, what they haven't done well, what they need to work on. So we're going to get that done this week. Today's the most depressing day of the year for a coach.
Right.
We took up pads and put all that stuff up,
but you still came to your coach's show. Kudos to you, sir.
I did. So
it's been
like
fun.
I said, we've got a lot of stuff to get done. Like I said, we'll try to get some stuff done before Christmas, and then we'll really, really hit it hard after Christmas. Before Christmas, just trying to get, paperwork and getting some maxes done in the weight room, getting, schedule set, getting the kids where, their heads need to be. Like I said, we'll vote on a new leadership council. To me, like I told the kids today, I said, guys, starting today, if you're a junior, you're now a senior to me.
Yep.
If you're a sophomore, you're now a junior.
That's
so
right.
They get to move up a grade before they get to move up a
right.
grade. So, like I said, just getting them, a bunch of them will go to different sports. We got a bunch that go to wrestling and basketball, and so we got so many kids that play multiple sports, which is really good. I mean, I'm a big advocate for that. So just getting in there, and then I'll start meeting with my coaches next week, and we'll start getting what we think we can do next year, and what we did well this year and what we didn't do well, and what we think that we need to do to improve the team. Like I said, and you never know what's going to happen in the off season. I know that there's possibly some zoning changes going to happen in the county, so we may get some kids from different places. May get some transfers in. Who knows how that goes? But like I said, the kids that we got, we're not going to be as big next year, but that's fine with me.
It's okay too.
The seniors are, they're leaving a big hole, but it's a good big hole to leave. The success that they had,
and you had some success at the junior high level too. These 8th graders coming up. There's some players coming in too. We've got freshmen. I know you can't.
We've got some. I don't have a problem with freshmen. I'll start a freshman.
Absolutely.
If they're good enough, they're going to play on Friday nights. But it's just one of those things where now's the time where we just gotta get down. And I love the off season. Off season is probably my favorite time of the year because you get to see these kids grow so much from the end of the football season, see the kids step up into leadership roles who were maybe not leaders last year. And so you get to really kind of mold your team there in this time. So it's the off season is fun to me. Like I said, we was talking the other day, me and some of the other coaches, and some were like, "Oh man, I hate the off season." I said, "I love the off season. I would rather coach in the off season than coaching during the season." So, but we'll have a good time, and we'll get to work, and we'll see where we're at, and we'll get through all the next month of, doing awards banquets and recognizing these guys, and, all region and all that stuff. So it's just kind of sit back and take a breath right now. And
Anything David Thomas or I can do to help you, all you got to do is ask at any
Absolutely.
time. We're out promoting
100% know
kids.
that. 100%.
100%. Now, your coaching slot, this is our last coaching show. Next week, it'll be the Shane Young show. Be my only basketball show. And when we hired him, I told him I'd do the coach's show, but I'm not going to do that. I like doing the football shows. But if I did it for every basketball coach, I'd be doing it every night of the week.
That's right.
And that's not happening.
Well,
but I am going to tell people, if you've got a business out here,
that's right.
You all don't understand maybe how many people this show, the Saturday morning show, reaches. It's not hundreds, it's thousands. Every week, the coach's show, one of your shows hit 8,700, one of your first ones. If you want your business out there where people can see it, we'll do a commercial. A professional commercial with a video camera, or you can let me SLC ad-lib it. I'll do it. Because I'm telling you, if you want your stuff out here, these kids' parents are watching, the grandparents are watching, and then we've just got a following here that you don't get on radio. You're not going to get it in the paper. It gets about 200 people. You want to meet hundreds or thousands, and we will take your money for advertising cheaper than they will. David Thomas did not approve this message, but Bill Anderson did. I'll make that clear. Because people are watching this stuff.
Tell you, to segue off that, the local high schools, we love being able to promote our programs.
Absolutely.
This is something we've never done before. And just to reach a different audience, say for me, I've got family that live out of state. They can get on here on Monday and see me or hear me talk about football. And then you just, to promote these kids is awesome, and to promote these programs.
And Coach, when you first started, you remember how nervous you were the first show or two? Nervous. A little nervous. Now you're a professional. You're a pro's pro. You are.
But like I said,
and you've been so good to cascade the school, the kids, and athletics. And what you've done, you're a Cascade guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's who you are.
Absolutely.
And that makes a difference.
Well, that's where my heart. My heart's always been there. It's going to always be there. I was talking to the kids last Friday for the game, and I'd figured up on the way up how many games I'd coached at Cascade, and that was my 192nd game between being assistant coach and head coach. So, it's Cascade is in me and runs through my blood. But like I say, but to promote all these kids, any program,
absolutely,
Cascade,
that's the reason David Thomas and I do it.
Liberty, Harris,
Let's do Cascade it and promote football.
Absolutely,
and playing football. Now, Coach, next year we do this. I'm requesting an orange coaching shirt, not a black one.
I got you. I didn't order any orange this year.
Let's get some orange ones next year.
Next year we'll be orange.
We're going orange next year. Coach, I've really enjoyed it.
I have too.
I've had a big time. This is something, win, lose, or draw, we have a good time doing it. And kudos to the kids. You all fought. You made the playoffs. You've had a great season, and it's been a good year. For Coach Jake Tyre, I'm Bill Anderson. I'm wishing everybody a very pleasant